I want to ask you, with boxing, are the women fans or is it just men? Is boxing a sport that's only looked at by men, or are the women really engaged in it? I want to ask y'all that question. What's your take today?
I say it depends on the fight. I feel like if it's a known fight, the women can be locked into it. But I feel like if it's an unknown fight, they really ain't gonna watch it too much.
That's a good point. A known fight versus an unknown fight. Ooh, I never looked at that point. All right, here we go, everybody, with another episode of Insurance Bros. And I got a special guest for y'all today. It's not my regular co-host, Uncle Jock, but I got who?
Isaiah Robinson, presented from Off the Field, and Young Money Leaders, the only.
Woo! Well, we got a special one today. That's pretty sharp. So you may say, hey, what is Insurance Bros and Young Money Leaders? What are y'all talking about boxing? Because there's a couple of big fights coming up, and one of them goes back to my era, and it kind of goes back with your era, right? It's the young guys with the older guys, and we're talking about that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. What's your take on this Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight? Is that even a fight?
Seems like Mike Tyson needs some money to me, but it seems like if Jake Paul really does fight Mike Tyson, I still think Mike gonna knock him out. But if Jake Paul knocks Mike Tyson out, I think that's gonna shake the whole world up.
Hold on, you think if Jake Paul wins, that's gonna be a shakeup?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's gonna solidify Jake Paul as an actual boxer. I know he's been trying to get solidified for a long time, but if he really knocks out the champ Mike Tyson, then nobody can say anything after that.
But you think knocking out a 50-something-year-old man gives him some credit? You think that's gonna give Jake Paul some credit? Mike Tyson, the champ, at 50 plus.
You see, Mike, he still got them hands, huh? I ain't fighting Mike Tyson at 50 years old. Not for real. I know that.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I still got the guns, but if we had to compare me against you, if we had to arm wrestle, who you think's gonna win?
But you're not Mike Tyson.
Damn.
Mike Tyson been training. He hasn't stopped training. He's still.
I said arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling, not boxing.
I was asking, what happens if we was going against each other with arm wrestling? Who would you put your money on?
I put my money on me, the young guy.
So you put your money on the young guy in arm wrestling, but in boxing, you think it's a different thing. You think Mike Tyson been training? That's a good point. He's been training all his life. Okay.
He ain't stopped training.
He ain't stopped training. So some of y'all out there, so what do you think this fight's about? Because I hear some people thinking that Mike ain't ready for it. They thinking, personally, I'm just going to talk for me now. I can be proven wrong, but I'm like, Mike, bro, I'm 50 plus. You out there, I know what it's like. I'm not in the gym. I'm not Mike Tyson shape, but I do know what 50 feels like.
I think, see, the thing with Jake Paul, he's an entertainer. He's an entertainer trying to be a boxer. I'm not sure if that's for his entertainment purposes yet only, but I was talking to Lamont Roach. Check out that last interview, Off the Field. Lamont Roach Jr., he's fighting Tank Davis coming up. But me and Lamont, we was just talking. He said that Jake Paul, he puts his people on, and he puts his people with his boxers on. So I think he's really all about the entertainment. And I can't remember what fight happened before. I think Mike Tyson fought somebody else, Roy Jones Jr. or something like that. Two older guys, but they were just like fighting for fun. It was a couple times Mike could have knocked him out, but he saved him. So I think if Mike really wanted to set a fight going on, especially at this older age, I don't know what to call it. That's why I think it's entertainment rather than actual boxing.
Well, all boxing is entertainment. Do you think any of the boxing is really real? Now, the interview, I was there when you interviewed Lamont Roach. Man, and it's just so funny watching that interview, and he was talking about Tank, and he gave a lot of respect for Tank in that interview. So y'all do need to go watch that interview. But now here he is, like fast forward, now here he is fighting Tank. Ooh. So how would you feel on that? Let's talk about that part. Is boxing real or is it boxing entertainment? Let me stay on one point.
It's both. I feel like in boxing, you can't really, you could fake everything that goes up before the fight, but once you in that ring with that person, you can't fake that. Because one person over here is trying to be like, oh, it's fake. I'm not, like, it's like wrestling, right? Wrestling is fake. And you can decide the script and make the script however you want with wrestling. But boxing, you got a lot of pride on the side, got like ego. Somebody get knocked out, you can't fake getting knocked out. Somebody, they got money on each other for real. So their family, their title, everything is like their livelihood is on the line. If you lose one fight as a boxer, that can ruin your whole career.
You can't fake getting knocked out.
But I'm saying, like,
No, what you saying?
Nobody gonna get fake knocked out.
They do it all the time. Vegas. I'm not calling you. I don't need no Vegas hitmen and none of that. No mafia coming out. But y'all know some of this. Well, there's a big thing. Is this thing scripted? Okay, we'll talk about the script. Let's go ahead. I want to talk about something. Football. Because you are an athlete. A lot of people can't tell. You slouching now, but you used to sit up straight. How tall are you actually?
6'3".
6'3". So you probably don't know. I look taller than him, but that's because the way he's sitting, right? Or maybe.
You still look. I think I still look taller.
You don't look taller than me though.
I think he's leaning up and stuff.
That's because you know what? We ain't gonna go there on camera. So, some people say football is scripted. What's your thing? They say the NFL is a fake league.
I think the NFL is scripted. I don't think it comes from the players. I think it comes from the refs and the higher up. That's what I think. I think NFL is scripted, but it's because the refs will be holding the flags or be causing flags and just different things that doesn't rely on the players.
So you think the players are out there going for it, but the refs are maybe, hey, this team needs to win.
And especially with basketball too. I remember Jeff Teague was talking about, like, if you are the underdog in the team, you got to win by 20. You can't make it a close game, because if it's a close game, then whoever's a fan favorite, whoever wants to see them win it, or even whoever Vegas wants to see win is going to win. It really doesn't have enough.
Now you know you're going to get a lot of hate with that, because you got a lot of NFL players. You got a lot of NFL friends. Some people may say you just saying this because maybe you didn't make it to the league.
Well, some people that I know in the league says it's not scripted, but off of the things that you see, it's hard to say it's not scripted. And I will shout them out. Like Jared Patterson, I remember me and him talking. He was like, nah, Zay, this ain't real. Like, it's not scripted. And then when I'm looking, I'm like, they call that a flag, but they don't call this a flag. They call this a flag, but they don't call that a flag. It's too much gray areas for it to be a legit real. I feel like the last time football was real was in college, but now even in college now it's kind of getting diluted. Only because you got NIL, you got sports bet, you got so much different things going on in the back room, you really don't know how to perceive it. Because it's like this, right? Let's say you're in a cyber world or something, right? They got you in the goggles, they got you locked into what you gotta be locked in on. They don't really know who's pulling the strings or anything, because they locked into what they gotta be locked in on. So if you putting all your might, hard work, and faith and energy into something, you got somebody up higher than you pulling the strings, how can you really say something's real or something's not? Because it could be real to you, but behind the closed doors it could be fake. That's how I think.
So you saying the players are like the people with the goggles sometimes. We was trying to get some sponsors, Zay.
Man,
I don't never gonna get sponsored by goggles. Virtual. So we're gonna have the virtual. So there's a lot of money in that virtual world, so maybe we can get some sponsorship. But I don't know what you talking about. The NFL may not be sponsoring us. This episode
is a non-profit.
Still got money.
That's another conversation.
Oh,
NFL is a non-profit, and they look for the government to provide the grant. That's why I said it's a whole lot of moving pieces that people don't even realize. So not only if it's moved, they get grants from the government. Now they looking at the banks, they looking at the insurance companies, they looking at a whole bunch of other things to try to fund them. And it's all entertainment, media entertainment.
Whew. Hold on, man. I'm gonna flash back to something, because you got your young money leaders, and people say, hey, all right, Eric, what's this guy doing? Insurance Bros. Part of what we do, and I know a lot of what you're doing, is educating people. When you start talking about this money going through, right? I was looking at an article in USA Today, and it said Mike Tyson went through $400 million. You know, and I remember watching Mike Tyson one time. I was in DC, and my friend worked at a store up against the wall. He shut the whole store down. They're like, Mike Tyson's here down by Howard University. And so they shut the whole store down so Mike Tyson can just shop to your drop, right? Him and his guys, his crew, went inside, grabbed a couple of girls off the side, come on here, get what you want. And they just loaded up. I had a whole separate car just for the clothes. Now, up against the wall wasn't like Gucci, Versace, and nothing. Like, it's just a regular store, but they probably went to, you know what I mean? That's just how he was rolling. I seen it in my own eyes, right? So this is not stories, but that's how he's rolling. So you mentioned what you're doing with Young Money Leaders, so you really didn't get into it. But what are you doing with the Young Money Leaders movement that's really kind of ties us into what the life insurance and in the financial services space?
Well, Young Money Leaders is, we're looking for people that wants to create financial freedom and create the lifestyle that they want, and not the lifestyle that they have to live working a 9-to-5. So it's really targeted towards 35 and under, because that's my generation, and that's really what I'm passionate about, helping the next generation excel. And we really just talk about, and we educate people on financial literacy, because me personally, I've been in school for college for 6 years, ended up getting 2 master's degrees, and they ain't tell us not a lick about money. They told us how to be employees, how to get a job, but they never really taught us about how to be an entrepreneur and really become that 1% or maybe even that 2% that people don't make, because they really try to program us on fitting in, it's working for somebody. I mean, that's not what I'm about. I'm about really creating that freedom that you want and really be able to live life and not just living to maintain.
So let's talk about this, Zay, because you being an athlete, right? And as an athlete, let's talk about having your focus. You talked about the financial literacy, what the people looking for. You spend a lot of your life training to become a professional athlete. And so now you're saying, now I'm seeing you now after college, you just came out of college just last semester, right? You was coaching down in Savannah State just last semester. Now I see you dedicating your time, your energy, your efforts to educating people. How does that shift? Because you spent all your life trying to become a professional athlete, and if that doesn't pan out, now what?
I feel like I always had a passion to educate people. Playing quarterback, I feel like I had to educate the team, whether it's drawing up the plays, drawing up the different defenses, calling out the plays, just always been controlling the huddle. So I feel like I've always been an educator. After playing football, I coached for a year, coached the quarterbacks, and even then I felt like it was an educator, so it was really like a smooth transition. But now when you think about finance and you think about the sports world, it really goes hand in hand. So now I was in the coaching world, I was Coach Zay, but now I'm Coach Zay as in the finance world as well. So I don't think my mission really changed. I think that I maybe had to hop on a different train, but it's still the same destination.
Ooh, bro, I might have to hop. Oh man, dang, you dropping by. So here's my question to you. Your parents, then you was growing up, you was training. What do you think your parents, because a lot of people don't have, you talked about this, they don't want you to know. So what do you wish your parents would have shared with you that maybe today, Zay, that you wish you can help some other people get this information?
I wish I would have had IUL, Index Universal Life Policy. I really wish I would have had that, because being in college, you go through money so fast, and you see it all the time after school, while you're in school, even throughout the summertime, right? It's just money comes and goes. And once you get out to college and you get into that real world, it's like you had all this money, but what you have to show for it. So it's really like you started from square zero again. Instead of blowing through 50K, 60K in college, I rather wish I put some money to the side to really let it grow and invest. And now when I got out of college, I could be so much further ahead, just financially wise, and be able to do the things I wanted to do rather than starting from square zero and have to build my way back up.
So what I'm hearing you saying, you wish maybe your parents would share a little bit more savings and financial literacy and different strategies with you.
Yes, but it's not like y'all never taught me how to, it's not like y'all never told me to save.
So you say y'all, because I don't know if people know. So we can make it official.
So this is my dad, and I have my mom. She's not here. But it's not like they never told me to save. They told me to save, but it's not like y'all really knew how to save. So when you think about financial literacy, it's not about the money. It's not about how much money you save. It's how much money you can save and grow. And I feel like that's why I never saved my money as I should have been, because I never seen the growth in it, and I never seen how to make the money grow. Now, if I would have seen, hey, I can make 6-12% interest on this one thing and just let the money compound, then hey, I feel like that's a smart investment. But if I just save my money, just put $20 away, and I don't see the money growing or just sitting there, it's kind of hard to want to invest your money when it's like that.
Ooh, bro, you say some heavy stuff. That right there could be a breakthrough for somebody. Can you share? Can they see the money growing? Because it's one thing to teach your kids savings. Hey, put something away. And so what I'm hearing you say, you may have been taught some savings, and maybe I'll be first to admit it, I probably wasn't as good as I should have been in teaching it, because I got some of this information later in life myself, right? So you're saying if you could have saw your money doing something, going to work, that would have made an impact in wanting to put the money into the savings, just to put $100 over here, and then you come back 2 years later, just the same $100, you want to go spend the $100 in.
Because the thing is with life, things are always going to pop up. So having money create and just take away from your bank account so you don't got to see it, out of sight, out of mind. I mean, when you look up in the next 5 to 10 years, you're like, man, oh snap, I do have all this money that I can go and invest in things. Business opportunities pop up, things you can invest back into your business going to bring you in money. Rather than just having a little piggy bank over there, you stash a little couple pennies and coins away in a little bit, and maybe even some dollars. But the thing is with that, as much money as you put in, that's the only money you have. It's nothing else.
Oh man, this is gonna get heated up now, Zay. This is gonna get heated up. So let's talk about this. I know we talk about this Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. You say you think Mike Tyson's fighting for the money and for the entertainment. You still think he's gonna beat Jake Paul?
I think he can beat Jake Paul if it's a real fight, but I think if it's staged, then it's gonna be a draw. I'm calling it.
You don't think Mike's gonna get knocked out? You don't think they're gonna let Jake Paul knock Mike out, and then all of a sudden Jake Paul become the next mega superstar?
Not saying it can't happen, but I don't think Mike's pride is going to let him happen. Has Mike Tyson ever been knocked out?
I don't know if he's been knocked out. He's been knocked down, but I don't think he's ever been knocked out.
Right. So you going to let somebody that's...
But they got 30 years difference.
But still, Jake Paul hasn't been... He don't got enough experience as Mike does.
He's still like 20 years younger, something like that, so many years younger. You know, a hit is a hit. A little kid can hit you hard enough. It don't make a difference how experienced you are, but a punch is a punch.
I mean, he could catch Mike, but he ain't going to catch Mike.
Man, you keep thinking that. So, I'm going to shift gears then. I'm going to shift gears. Let's get back on that Young Money Leaders you got. So, what are you doing specifically then for the financial literacy? What are you doing for the athletes? And who are you? I know you said under 35, but what are you doing to impact and lead this charge? So, what is the charge that you got and what are you doing?
Well, the charge is if you're an athlete or entrepreneur out there, I'm showing you how to make athletes and entrepreneurship money without actually having to be an athlete or having to be a true entrepreneur yourself. So we going to be able to show you how to make 6 figures or plus a year to actually create that revenue and create that lifestyle that you want as an athlete. Because once you get into the real world and you maybe get $20 an hour, maybe $30 an hour, depending on what type of job it is, you putting in so much time and so much energy. It's like, man, as soon as you get your check, you got to pay that towards your bills. You got responsibilities now. So it's like going from college having no responsibilities and being in the real world having a paycheck that you're not used to and then having responsibilities on top of that, it can be very stressful and it can be very time consuming. So really creating that path that, hey, you can create your own schedule, create your own time, and really create your own revenue. And that's what we're really passionate about. That's what drew me into it, seeing the financial freedom and just understanding the time of business. I think that's the biggest thing.
I can see you're passionate about that, man. Yeah, I can see it. It's like, doesn't feel like he's jumping out the screen, or it feel like you're ready to fall asleep. So how do you do that?
Through life insurance. We sell life insurance, annuities, and investments. That's really what the main goal is.
So I want people to be clear. So you're saying you're showing people that they can come join. I want to make sure people are clear. You have a team of agents. You're looking for people who want to do that, what you're saying. So you got a team of people, a team of agents, somebody brand new can come in and join you, and you got a group of individuals who are going to show them, teach them, train them how to generate a 6-figure plus income, how to build a 7-figure business, with how to make this lifestyle, that professional athlete type of income over the course of time, over the course of their life, without having to be a professional athlete. Is that what I'm hearing you saying? Because I just want to make sure I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Exactly. And you don't got to go out and break your bones or work countless hours to risk injuries. That's the biggest thing with being an athlete. You're going to come out with something.
But isn't it as fun as being an athlete? You've been an athlete. I watched you being an athlete so many years. And now I'm watching over here. Are you having fun doing this? Let's talk straight to the people. Like, is this any fun? I mean, is it boring? That's what the people want to know. Man, I ain't trying to do that stuff. That stuff's boring. It ain't sound exciting. Sell me that I should join you.
I feel like it's how you look at anything. I feel like usually when somebody starts something, you don't really start off liking it until you make it your own thing. I mean, that's what I like about this business. You can make it to your own thing because it's yours. And when I made it to my own thing, I broke it down like it's sports. First quarter, I'm going to go find a client. I'm going to go help out a family. Second quarter, I'm going to go write the deal, write it out, put the numbers in, plug the numbers in. Third quarter, maybe you got to call up the company, make sure everything went through. Fourth quarter, that's the end of the game. So I make sure the client is all happy, make sure they're good, and I get more happy when I see that check come in. So I just feel like it's really how you make it, what you make it, and who you make it with.
So tell us some of the people about who you making it with. So who's some of the people you got on your team? What kind of folks are joining your team? Who's joining your business?
I want to shout out my boy Tyree Henry. He joined the business. He's been killing it ever since he's been joining. Shout out my other boy Derek Flamer, Maya. We got countless. The list goes on and on, honestly. So if I didn't call y'all names, I apologize.
You only called 2 names, so of course you didn't call their name.
We got a lot, man. We got Tyrone. You got
a whole squad.
We got a lot. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, you got about 20, 30 of y'all. So I mean, I guess that is true. So how do you blend this in? Because I know right now you're talking about family and things. I want to just really dig deep in and learn more about this Young Money Leaders, because you just call it Young Money Leaders. And I'm asking because I know there's some people out there, because I get a lot of people say, Eric, I want to connect them to Zay. I want to connect my son to you. I want to connect my son to Zay. Tell me about this thing. So here's the time, people watching. Why should it, what's connect? What does Zay bring? What are y'all doing, man? Because what are y'all doing that ain't nobody doing?
Something we're doing that not too many people are doing in this generation is really creating leaders. Because the more you see on social media, the more you see on TV, the more you see on these different platforms, they're programming us. They're programming us to be consumers. They're programming us to buy into the system. They're programming us to do so many things that's not on the right path that God designs. So if you really, that's what we're really big on, creating leaders. Because a lot of times you see nowadays in the African American community, there's a lot of black people that's not being leaders in their household. There's a lot of black women that's trying to step up to be leaders, but it's like it's a barrier right there. And we don't want to teach our women to be independent. We want to teach our women to, of course, be leaders because they got to lead families as well. But it's not all on them. So really creating that leadership mindset and really creating, I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing to create the generational curse of any family, is having born leaders and building leaders, honestly, because leaders is a foundation to any company, any business, anything. You got the manager, you got the CEO, then you got the employees at the bottom. The employees isn't really leading the thing, right? So if you're in a mindset just being led and not leading, it's kind of hard to reach the level of success that you want to reach.
Man, you're breaking this down, Zay. You're breaking this down. So if somebody wanted to connect with you, right? Somebody wanted to get down with you. And it's funny because I know it's father and son. So y'all understand. I'm gonna tell you right now. You being very conservative. You being very conservative. I don't know if the baby got you up, but you
got more mature. I'll call it that.
Okay, he gonna call it. He's more mature. You're being conservative. See, it's coming out. So y'all seeing that? He's being very conservative on the camera. How they connect with you? They're gonna see you when they connect. How they connect with you?
You can connect with me through social media at the Isaiah Robinson or at Young Money Leaders, and you can find me on both of those. All the platforms is at the Isaiah Robinson or Young Money Leaders. So just tap in, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. But make sure y'all stay tuned to Off the Field with Isaiah Robinson. We got a lot of heat coming that way. And what Off the Field is just really bridging the gap between sports and finance and business. Because finance been running the sports companies for countless of years now, but nobody really talks about that.
Yeah, because we always talk about it, where the New York Giants play their games at
MetLife.
And the Philadelphia Eagles play their games at
Lincoln Financial.
See, financial services has been around. The Ravens play their games.
Bank, right?
M&T Bank. Banks and financial services has been around. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't gonna wrap y'all up, but I'm glad. And Off the Field is OFF. It's going to be on there. We're going to show y'all OFF DA Field TV, Off the Field on all the platforms. So the Isaiah Robinson, can hit him up on all the social media platforms. Here we are talking about Insurance Bros. We're showing you. So if you're an agent, even if you got the Young Money Leaders, but if y'all want to come join some of the old folks, we got to come up with our own name, man.
Old Money Leaders.
Old Money Leaders. Come hit me up. Y'all got us right here on Insurance Bros, Off the Field. We creating legacy. We changing the game. So that's just it. We ain't doing the regular old stuff. We don't do stuffy. And I'm trying to tell you, he's being conservative on this call right now on the show. He ain't stuffy.
I had a long day, man.
Huh?
I had a long day.
Yeah, what you had to do today?
I had a long day. I had meetings earlier today. I had an interview before this, and I had another meeting, and I got this. We on the grind, man.
All right. That's a mature long day. Welcome to after college, huh?
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the good life. Woo, all right. Well, I'm Erik Robinson, Coach Erik, coming to you live, signing out from Insurance Bros, and this is my co-host for today,
Coach Zay, coming live with at the Isaiah Robinson on social media and at Off the Field, and also Young Money Leaders.
All right. Peace. See y'all.